What up, cappers, gamblers, punters? Que pasa, sluta? What up, Spidey? What up, Mama? It is Thursday, September 20th. My name is Jimmy the Bag. I'm sitting beside Lodels, Loshak, Toshak, Mr. Peter Loshak, and my MLB nightmare continues unabated. Horrifyingly, couldn't sleep last night. But let's not talk about my horrifying baseball record to start this show off. Let's talk about something big and exciting. I want to give a giant shout out to my man King Rail and Ski Profit. I watched the premiere episode of King's Court, and it was awesome. A huge addition to the SBR family and the SBR group. Man, shout out. You guys check it out. The premiere episode is out right now. I mean, don't leave us right now. Right. But the premiere episode's out, and then after our show, right after our show, they are putting out the second episode of King's Court. So big, giant shout out to them. NBA. They're going to focus on NBA, but they're going to handle everything. And no doubt they will help us in NBA. And they're going to be going live at night, so they'll be doing live betting at night.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you think there's any chance that we might be able to guest on that show at some point?
I hope
possibly?
so.
You think
I hope so. I hope they're listening. Ski Profits here right now.
Do you think we'll have our people call their people?
Yes.
We'll have our people call King Rails and Ski Profits people and see if we can work something out. I would love to guest on it. I definitely know that in general, the little live betting I've done, the most successful live betting I've ever done was in basketball.
Without question.
Yeah.
You know, without question, like Warriors down at home at the half. You know, Warriors down by double digits. Warriors.
Yeah. A lot of times those, yes, exactly. Or the Spurs, when the Spurs were the juggernaut. Anytime the Spurs were down by double digits, they were always a good bet to come back and win the game at a pretty nice line. So yeah, I'm excited for that. Congratulations to King Rail and Ski Profit. NBA's tough. NBA's tough. That is my worst sport by far. As far as the pregame lines are concerned. You know what I mean? My sense also on the NBA, and I'm sure that they'll get into this on the show, is that in the NBA, much more beatable market are props markets in the NBA. Player props. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah. No, we had a good season though. I mean, we battled this past season. It's very difficult. I got down double-digit units, and then you gave me the beautiful talk.
Did I? Oh, that's right. That's right.
And I went on a tear, 50 units in a little bit. I ended up the season up 9.8 units, which I'll take any day of the week. But I think having Ski and King and also Trot Wham, Big Boss, all their whole team over there working with us, I really think.
I guess I just feel like for me the hardest thing about NBA is just the schedule is so unique that it's much harder in NBA to gauge when a team is going to show up and when they're not going to show up than in any other sport. You know, in football there's just not that many games. Even in WNBA and college basketball, there's just not that many games. So it's easy to get a handle on when a team's going to be motivated and when a team's not going to be. In baseball, there's a ton of games, but motivation isn't nearly as much of a factor in baseball as it is in the NBA, because baseball is primarily an individual sport. Even though it's a team sport, each individual performance, you're mostly responsible for your own results, whereas basketball is clearly a team sport. So that's the hard part with NBA for me, is just that it's very hard for me to get a read on when a team is going to not show up, when a team's going to show up giving an extra performance, and when it's going to be in the middle over the course of a season.
Hard.
And even the players themselves, I've read tons of interviews with players themselves where they say there's no way that we can come up and give a maximum effort every day, every game during the season. It's just too grueling.
It's so hard, but you know what? Dan Kelly is an enormous asset for us. And here already, Sam's Pick says NBA, my most profitable sport as well. Just got done listening to King's Court, Shitsky and King. No, I agree. That's the toughest thing is judging when somebody is when a team is just not going to fight that night.
Yeah, and I think that's if you don't know what you're doing, don't know what to look for in NBA, it's going to be your worst sport. If you do know what to look for and do know what you're doing, it's probably going to be your best sport, because of the flip side of that. Obviously, Sam's Picks knows what he's doing. Obviously, King Rail from WNBA. But again, WNBA and college basketball are different. I've always been profitable in those sports. NBA is just such a different animal as far as I can tell. And I think it's purely because of the schedule and the length of the season, you know?
Without question. Our man, Nasty Nate, Low Bag Fam, says, can you guys shout out my boss, PJ? He got me on sports betting, and he is watching today.
Shout out to Nasty Nate's boss, PJ. What a great friggin' boss.
Yeah, man.
PJ, if you're ever hiring, my name's Peter Loshak. Remember that name, because I might be getting in contact with you if I ever need a job. Would love to. I mean, I can already tell that's a boss I would love to work for.
Yes.
I work hard as hell. No family, no kids. A few, mental and emotional behavioral disorders, but nothing that would impact my job in a significant way. Remember the name, PJ. Might be applying for a job with you in the next 10 years or so.
Yeah, what is your company?
Yeah, we'd love to know.
Let us know.
I don't care what the company is, but yeah. Let's see. And Gower Ramesh says, Pete, maybe you should try to get Harlabob to talk high-level NBA handicapping. Yeah, he probably would. It's just that, it's an interesting sport. The people who do it well do it very well. The people who don't do it well, like me myself, do it quite shittily. Although, again, I know what to bet. I actually do well on second halves with NBA, and I do well with team totals, and that's what I usually stick to: team totals and second halves in NBA. And for my full game bets, I talk about it in the shows. I do bet them because anything I give as a pick, I have to make myself bet. But my bet size is tiny on pre-game sides and totals in NBA.
For me, what was successful last year, and obviously I was barely successful up, just under 10 units, but were the weaker teams. The Hawks were so good to me. Early in the year, I had hit 8 or 9 in a row without a loss, backing the Hawks when they're double-digit dogs. Finding the teams that have fight against, and that's that it's just gonna Reggie coming in saying NBA is my best sport.
Yeah, for people who know what to do, for people who know how to do it, it will be their best sport because it's such a unique sport. You know what I'm saying?
Oh shit! Our man Clint America, who's our UFC expert, says, "Hey, low bag fam, I got to apologize. No breakdown for UFC this weekend. Had a family member die this week, so I've been too busy. I'll get a best bet video out tomorrow though. Wow, America, we love you. Sending love and strength to your family and from your other family here at Low Bag. And sorry to hear that you guys are going through that, and just sending love and strength to you guys. Absolutely.
And Kobe Valentine, also the NFL is kind of the same way. I mean, the NFL I feel is a more recreational sport to bet, and it's obviously easier to get a read on what the schedule is going to apply for each team. But prop betting in the NFL can also be the best way to bet these games. Kobe Valentine off to 11-1 start, which is, as I said yesterday, not a massive surprise. You know what I mean? If someone gets off to 11-1 start against a spread, I'm going to say that is not sustainable. Prop betting in NFL, probably not sustainable at a 90% rate, but 60% very sustainable. The market is a lot easier to beat props in the NFL and the NBA than the full game as well.
Everybody seems to be doing well with props in our crew right now. Kobe Valentine's first two favorite props tonight: longest pass under 46.5, longest rush under 24.5. Very interesting stuff. Also, Mr. Gokester, straight out of Belleville, crazy motherfucker named Gokester, says, Pete, I need you in November and December at the sports store. Busy time for us. You'll be paid in Bitcoin and premium coffee.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah, Mr. Gokester. Mr. Gokester, if you could throw in citizenship in Canada, that would be just a nice little bonus. Nova Sports Network. By the way, yesterday, Jim, I don't know if you caught it, but I went, I took 4 -1 lines in NHL preseason. I went 3-0-1.
Oh, wow.
Yes, 3-0-1. Wow. So yesterday, I had a shitty MLB day as you did, but overall I made money because I hit those.
Stuck with the Dodgers and Dodgers only. Yes. God, I can't wait till this season fucking ends. Not Flush says, one of the most kick-ass parts about this show is that you guys are two down-to-earth guys that treat their listeners like family, and that's why this show will continue to grow. It's so easy with this group, man.
Yes, it is.
Because I didn't sleep last night. I as soon as Puig hit that 3-run homer, I was like, well, I don't have to just fucking despise myself. But I woke up for some reason at 3 a.m, couldn't go back to sleep, just full of self-hate, and knowing that coming here, at least I can be with you guys and stop feeling so terrible. A bunch of years ago, a long time ago, I decided that I was just going to be a decent human being. I knew at the time that from a money and business perspective, that was a horrible decision. I knew that it was. I decided I was going to do it anyway. And so it's nice to have a little family, a little fun in this show, some good vibes going around. Huge shout out to King Rail and Ski Profit for the new show getting such great reviews. Nova Sports Network started off the show comment here saying Marseille and Chelsea are good plays today. Marseille and Chelsea from Nova Sports Network. Yes, I'm going to copy and paste that. So I'm copying and pasting. My last couple weeks have definitely been buoyed by NHL preseason and by the tips from people on soccer. And I'm going to write down a Marseille and Chelsea. Let's see some other stuff. We have Kobe Valentine props I'm going to be thinking about. Go ahead. Without question, Kobe Valentine props. But my man Rock Nation said, told you about the San Diego Padres run line. Did you bet it? You think I'd be here in just a shadow of my former self without sleep and wallowing in self-pity if I bet that, Scott? No, of course I did not bet.
All right, awesome. Let's see what else. You know what Ski Prophet said?
Told us. Sorry, Mariners doubled up, saved me. Wasn't that great? He told us. Look at the volatility with this game.
Which one?
Nostra telling us with the Mariners,
Yeah.
Astros. He goes two ways on the Mariners. Double up, saved me. 5th straight winning day. Longest streak of the season. Good to end strong. I would know nothing about that, Nostra. But yes, and he is just at the precipice of 100 units. He's right there.
Very nice. Brooke Jordan is in the house. Shout out to Brooke Jordan. I just want to get to some of these comments just to make sure that we can get to as many of these comments as we can. Sure. And then we'll, not that much baseball today, so we'll have a little bit of extra time. Let's see. Shout out to R2D2 Finland.
It's a commercial and residential laundry and linen service.
Commercial and residential laundry and linen service. That sounds good.
I'm in.
That sounds good. At least you're helping the world. You're not just stealing or scamming from someone, which is what most of the U.S. economy is now. You know what I'm saying, Jim?
And if we're lacking business, I'll dirty sheets and force business. That sounds good to me, man. We talk with Nasty Nate. I'm not a great folder. How's your folding?
No, I think we'll have them give us assignments that cater to our strengths and not to our. I'm not the greatest folder either.
So don't fold and don't cap MLB. That's what they're going to say to me.
Yes. All right. Give me the bag. Nice job. All right, so let's see. What else do we have coming? Elio Rodriguez says he has this shirt. Shout out to you, Elio Rodriguez. This was another thing that I salvaged from the garbage in the last studio, along with the
garbage pickup.
Yeah, along with the camel hair jacket, which I am going to pick up.
I love the garbage salvages.
No, me too. Absolutely. All right, so let me see other comments here. I'm just looking at this. Let me see what's going on.
Flipper 13 saying, I love my Lakers. I'm super excited for this season, but I fear they will be overvalued all season long since they're a huge public team. You're absolutely right. My man Teddy B says OKC team total win under 50 seems like a no-brainer.
Which one?
Especially without Russ. OKC Thunder.
Oh, we're already talking about wins. NBA. Oh, geez. All right. Okay. Let's see. Sue's 387. Aloha, guys. Morning to you, everyone. Have a good day. Pete, do you drink Hawaiian coffee? Yes, I really do. I'm starting to love coffee. I used to drink it just for the effects, but now I'm starting to love it. Let's see. Any other? Ryan Smith says Drew Brees passing over every game of the season. Okay. All right.
Yeah. What's going on with that defense? What's going on with that football team? Very, very confusing start to the season for them. Chris Postel says, I love Rays, Blue Jays over. Looking forward to that. Elio Rodriguez says that shirt is 15 years old.
Yeah, it might be. It might be. I got this out of the garbage bag from the old studio. Respect. Let me see. What else do we have here? Yeah, a lot of props coming in from Kobe Valentine. I'm copying and pasting as much as I possibly can here from Kobe Valentine. Again, Nova Sports Network recommends plays on Marseille
Scotty
and
Rock
Chelsea.
Forever liking Temple -6.5 and the over 53.5. That total has gone down, right? Way down from 57, now at 53.5. Probably getting it at the right spot. And interestingly enough, the Jets-Cleveland total has gone up. I guess when it starts so low at 39, you could probably expect that, but I don't see a ton of scoring in that game. Jason M says, no more rugby?
No, we can. We got so much shit going on. Absolutely, I will handicap. Do you want me to do a rugby segment? I don't know if I can prepare for today, but I can definitely prepare for something tomorrow. Let me just go ahead.
Says base is 12 days left, and I'll stay in my lane until April. That's not true, Nosha. You're a monster in college basketball.
Is he?
That's how we first started connecting.
Nice.
When I was getting pummeled by college basketball, and I started hanging out and talking with Nosha, and he really helped. So no, I know that's not the case. I know you're a monster in college basketball. Ty Clinton says Cubs took the day off yesterday. God, that was a horrifying. And Angel Romero back in business. What's up? Good morning, Loshak Jimmy. Took a little hiatus after a long Vegas trip. I'm back for sure, and we'll get my soccer picks once again. All
right, so here we go. There are 2 rugby games coming up this weekend. One on Friday, one on Saturday, and yes, it's Friday morning though. That's the problem. So I'd have to do it this afternoon. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it this afternoon, but I will definitely handicap. I promise the South Sydney showdown. The Roosters against the Rabbitohs. On Saturday morning. We'll do that for Friday for sure. The game on Friday morning. I don't know if I'm going to have time to get to this afternoon because I do have a UFC call coming up with Andreas Hale. I hit another UFC play. UFC at this point MMA is probably my top sport right now, Jim. Do you realize how well I'm doing in UFC and MMA?
Yes, you're
absolutely killing it.
Twatty Latte says my great papa had the same shirt.
Very nice, Twatty Latte. And let me see. Yeah, and there's also English Super League games that are going on. I might be able to do that one for Friday. Although that's a tougher league as far as I'm concerned. I like the NRL in Australia. But all right, so yes, we will get to some rugby this week. Absolutely, we will definitely do it. We'll definitely do it. All right, so I guess that's it. We can get into MLB today, right? Right now, right, Jim?
Oh, I'd be honored to get into
MLB was real. Look, listen. Yesterday was tough. Listen, Jim. Even I don't know what the hell happened. All of a sudden, the Indians stacked their lineup with all the good hitters going up against Covey, and he throws a shutout, 5-inning start there. So that was a loser for me. I had a sense because of the way the market was moving that Gonzalez was going to have a good start against Cincinnati, but then Baltimore only was able to get one run against Estrada.
I've seen Estrada handle the Orioles my whole goddamn life, or at least for the last 6-5 years, and still, what a mistake, man. I've seen him take care of business against them. Why would he not do it against such a weak lineup?
Because presumably he was having some injury that he was just pitching through, and that was because that's been the case all year.
Yeah. And bad news, Twadi Latte from Twadi. He says his great puppet didn't actually wear it. He just used it to change his oil. So, too bad. Israel Williams giving us a shout out. We love you, Israel Williams. Much love, man. What a great group. Okay, and Mr. Gosher said Pete loves hardworking shirts.
Yeah, I do. You know what I mean? I what can I say? What can I say? You know what clothes make the man. I do vaguely believe that. So let's see.
Vaguely believe.
I think so. I don't know. I'll tell you what. Once again, we don't know what the Cleveland lineup is going to to be today. But going up against Shields,
I don't even want to fucking talk about.
You don't want to talk about? Yeah, it's really tough. No, Jim, come on back. Your insights are very valuable.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to be taking the Cleveland team total over again on the first 5 innings, even though they had their top lineup in yesterday and going up against Govey, who looked like he was going to be vulnerable. They got shut down, but I'm liking this one even more. Yesterday, again, it was all the late plays that I decided to give, the borderline ones that all lost.
Lost every single late play. Elo Rodriguez says, my mom says you need some sun, Jimmy. Listen to mom. You're right. I need some sun. It's beautiful sunny here often, and I'm never outside. God damn.
It's amazing how women can tell that. I remember once when I would see old friends, they were like, Peter, you live in Costa Rica, but you never go to the beach. And I was like, how can you tell? And they were like, I can just look at your skin tone and I can tell. And it's amazing. They can tell like when a guy they're sensitive to when a guy is getting outdoors and getting some sun or not. You know what I'm saying? It's amazing how they know that. Like, how the hell did Elio Rodriguez? And she knew it through the TV, you know?
I love Elio's whole family, man. His mom watches capping shows with him. His son is also a great capper and a great rapper.
That's awesome.
I want to come over and hang out with that family. Bad news, it's just getting worse and worse from Twadi Latte. He didn't mean to change all of his car. He meant his combine.
Okay.
Yeah, it just keeps getting deeper. And
all right,
deeper.
Listen. We don't know who the what the Cleveland lineup is going to be today. We know that they're planning on resting guys, so it might be a weak Cleveland lineup.
Let's break this game down. First off, though, I want to give a shout out to Infamoso91. Says, "What's up, guys? Can finally join the chat." Infamoso91, welcome to the chat, and thank you for joining us. Yes, Shields versus Tomlin. Abreu, sadly, and I hate to bring it down, but still dealing with that ingrown hair on his thigh, and so Scotty Rock started it. So prayers up for Abreu. Really get in there, see if you can pop it like it's hot. Shields versus Tomlin. Game time 81 Fahrenheit with the wind blowing out left center at 10 miles. Not quite. Not quite 10, but it's blowing out to left center, which was the opposite of yesterday. White Sox are 0-8 versus the Indians, a progressive field this year. That had to be a heartbreaker yesterday. You play them so tough, and then Kipnis hits a grand salami off you. Shields 7-16, 4.53 ERA. In 3 starts in September, he's the exact same as he's been all year. 2-1, 4.41 ERA. Last start against Cleveland, though, 7 innings, gave up 3 runs, only 2 earned. He's pitched them very well this year. 1-1 with a 1.93 ERA in 2 starts against them. Maybe, I don't know. Someone mentioned how inconsistent. Who was it who said how inconsistent this Indians lineup is? He's absolutely right. I mean, it's a tough team to count on. Lefties hit 209, 671 OPS off of him. The Indians have some big lefty bats. Tomlin, though, what are you going to get from him? 6.49 ERA. He looked better from the bullpen than he did starting. 7 starts, 0-3, 7.68 ERA. Tomlin pitched 4 innings, allowed 2 runs, 5 hits, 2 strikes, 1 walk in his last start against the White Sox. But that was last year, so who cares? Lefties are hitting 366 off him with a 1.163 OPS.
All right, well, I might pull this back if the Cleveland lineup comes out and it's looking, if they have everyone resting, which they might do. I might pull it, but I'm going to start off with.
Here we go.
Go
Nostra
ahead.
says Indians get Sale tomorrow. So yes, Peter, might be a weaker lineup, but they're staying put in Cleveland. So who knows what Tito does?
Yeah, I'm gonna take Cleveland first 5 team total over 3 minus 110. I have a feeling that even if it's a weak lineup, they should get to Shields here. So I'm gonna take a shot with that one. Cleveland first 5 team total over 3 minus 110. That will be one official pick that I will definitely go with. Another bet that I made on the overnight. Well, there were 2 games that caught my eye. The Cincinnati Miami game is very interesting. The Oakland A's game is against the Angels is very interesting, and the Mets game as a massive underdog against Washington is also something that caught my eye. I'm not exactly sure that the Mets should be this huge of an underdog against the Nats. Well, it'll depend on who's in the lineups for both teams, but the Mets are plus 500 on the alternative run line on the road. And over the last, 4 or 5 starts or so, Vargas, I think you would say, actually has better numbers on paper than Scherzer.
Yeah, I guess you would, especially after that last Scherzer start. Vargas has looked much better. Giving up 2 earned runs or fewer in 5 of his last 6 starts, including last time out. Beat the Marlins 2 runs over 6 innings. And the Marlins are actually hitting okay right now. Vargas is 1-3 with a 0.83 ERA in his career against Washington. You're right. Yeah, he's pitching better than Scherzer. And look, Flipper 13, my best bet in bases today is the under in the Grand Salami of 72 runs. My model has 63.1 runs.
Wow, Flipper 13 likes the under and his in the Grand Salami. Yeah, I mean the Grand Salami is sort of an under the radar kind of bet that can have some good value. Let me check this. He likes the under. Yeah, where is the possibility for offensive explosions? That might be great actually. I mean, Gossman and Velasquez have been a little bit off, but that game might be modest scoring. I'm leaning under in KC Detroit. The White Sox, I think Shields will probably get hit, but that's not likely to explode too high. Cincinnati, Miami won't explode. Tampa Bay, Toronto won't explode. Boston against the Yankees, not likely to explode. Wow, that might be holy shit. Flipper 13, I'm loving that bet.
That might be.
I might actually tail that one. That looks very, very good. Usually it's one game exploding that can screw a salami there. Let's see. MLB Grand Salami. Let me see what they have here at Heritage. Yeah, I'm seeing 71.5. He said 72.5, right? Or what did he say?
He said 72.
72. Yeah. I'm tailing it right now. I'm going to use, I might double up on it, but let me see. I'm tailing it right now. Yeah, I'm going to do 1.5 units on this one. Under 71.5 minus 110. I'm going to tail that one. Since that was a tail of Flipper, I'm not going to make it like an official pick for me, but I definitely, looking over the card, giving the card a once over, think that's probably a solid play. The Grand Salami under 72 or 71.5.
I like it too. I'm getting 71.5 in my book. Yeah, I like that too. Yeah, you're right. We shouldn't, just a blind tail shouldn't go onto our record.
I mean, you can. I'm sure Flipper would be okay with that. It's just that, you can do it, Jim. Maybe I will do it. Maybe it's just I want it to at least have been any pick I give on my record. I want it to at least be something that I have looked at and thought about.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I get it.
A little bit, at least a little bit.
I get it.
Fill me.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Hey, Flip, I love it. Is Flip's getting a 72 at Will Hill? I'm going to make that bet. All
right. While you make that bet, I'm going to look for some.
I'll make it after the show.
Okay.
Hopefully it won't go down too much. But you never know with all these people hammering it right now. Maybe I should quickly make it.
And Trenton Claxton also liking Chelsea and Marseille. I'm going to look at this one for a second. Let me so now Jimmy and I are both. This show has devolved into us just like reading the comments and then betting them on camera. All right, Chelsea Marseille. Now I'm going to bet that one. Hold on for a few seconds while we bet this. And then we're going to read some other comments that we're going to bet on camera. Betting on camera with Loshak in the bag.
My football college record is because of how excellent this chat is. It's not me. They lead me to the games, and then I just start studying them after I already have their leads. It makes it very, very easy. Okay. Ardisher, Tishbarajan, yes, lost both birthday picks yesterday.
I know. I apologize for that.
Total faith on you guys. We all know you guys will come through and will kick ass. What a guy, Ardisher.
Yeah.
What a guy.
I mean, looking back on it, and we didn't even talk, of all the bullshit we've talked about so far in this show, we did not even talk about the Cubs game yesterday, and that happens all the time in sports betting when there's a massive, massive line movement for understandable reasons in one direction. It a lot of times goes way, the result is way in the opposite direction. I remember one week there was like a week 17 game involving the Patriots. I forgot what it was, but there was like a 10-point line move literally on the spread in a week 17 NFL game. and the guy, I think I was previewing that game with I forgot who it was, but someone, he took the other side. The line already moved 5 points, moved another 5 points against him, and just like the Arizona game, it wound up totally going the opposite direction of the line movement. I am not actually shocked. I'm okay with my bet, my losing bet on the Cubs second half. You know, it was fine. I got a good number, but I'm not at all surprised that we saw. You see it all the time in sports betting when there's like, you know, the entire, you know, the starting lineup is sitting or something like that. The market responds massively in that direction, and then the result in the game is a complete mystery and a complete surprise to everyone. I've seen this over and over and over again. In other words, my point is that the 9-zip win by Arizona was I would have almost said this is what the universe is going to do here. You know what I'm saying? Seen it before. Seen it before.
After that first inning, I had to go outside and go for a walk, and the walk didn't help. Reef NYC says guys should fade Oakland and tail Tampa Bay. Well, let's get right to tailing Tampa Bay. I know that you know the Rays are traveling and stuff like that, but I just love Stanek, and even though Gaviglio, let's break down Gaviglio quickly. 5.25 ERA, 1.44 WHIP, making his third start of the season against the Rays, being hit by them hard. 6.23 ERA against them this season. In 3 starts since August 21st, 7.43 ERA. Lefties hit 295, 857 OPS, but righties hit 276, 788 OPS. This Rays batting average, I believe, is now third in the ML against righties. Now, the power numbers aren't there, but 259 average. I'm going to take the Rays right now.
Okay.
I just think this train is going to keep rolling.
Nasty Nate's boss also has some low-hanging fruit for us. Jimmy the Bag. Cleveland Browns for $1,000. Cleveland Browns, presumably minus the points, not on the money line. Nasty Nate's boss, low-hanging fruit play of the day. Cleveland Browns -3. Shout out to Nasty Nate's boss, and thanks for that.
Wow, I love it.
Yeah.
I'm leaning there. So we got still more time to figure out what to do with that football game. Noah Lastark said took Phillies last night, first half and game. Lines were screaming Phillies, but Mets were favored because of Syndergaard. Noah Lastark, Dave L.A., a bunch of sharp cappers were on that, and a bunch of idiots like myself were on the other side.
You see, now here we go. I see the real TC. The real TC says Knights, Red Wings, Stars, Oilers parlay. He's talking about NHL, and I'm looking at that. I can understand why I got Reef NYC and the real TC confused in my addled brain a few weeks ago. You remember when I was like, where is Reef NYC from? It was because I was thinking he was the real TC. I can understand why I got confused. Now I can give myself a break for that confusion.
That's been weighing on you for
Yes, it has been weighing on me. It has weighed because I was like, wait a minute. Was I just in a video on camera on the internet that's going to be there forever, where a guy with a screen name Reef NYC and I asked where he's from? Did I just do that? I was like, is this what my life has come to?
It was probably your low point.
Wow. I was like, wow, I really need to maybe take a little stock and up my game just a little bit, cruising a little bit after that mistake. Yeah. But now I can understand, because Reef NYC and the real TC, I can see, are a little bit confusing if you have an addled brain late on a Friday in the middle of the high season in sports betting. All right, so let's move on, Jim.
Yeah,
what do you
let's
like
talk about the Rays here a little tiny bit more. I love Stanek, and he's been so good opening up games, so good against the Jays. Noah Lastark says, just a quick note, I want to mention it about this Angels-A's game that we will look at. Look at numbers and understand the lines, percentage, and numbers for the Angels. 85% are on Oakland plus 140, now at plus 160. Angels minus 160, now at minus 180. Line streaming Angels. Yeah, let's take a look. Wow. So, I guess I screwed up the line there, but he's talking about the Angels being the big dogs. And they are. And wow, it's this line is well, okay, let's get to that game next.
Sure. You do that, because right now I'm betting on Marseille and Chelsea right now. Go ahead. Take it over for a couple of seconds.
Says Jays look like a solid play. Gaviglio underrated, induce soft contact, keeps the ball on the ground, which helps him get out of jams. Brooke Jordan says definitely Tampa Bay. Key Profit says Rays moneyline faced Gaviglio twice, gave up 13 hits, 7 runs. Rays second in offense, second bullpen, won 5 straight games. Jays 23rd offense. Kobe Valentine says I like Jays today as well. Key Profit said, or is wondering about Gaviglio being nasty against. Gaviglio has had some nice moments this year, and he's somebody that we're expecting to be, in the rotation next year. I just feel like the Rays are winning, and why would they stop winning? Now, what is the line here? They're too big of favorites, maybe, but it's gone down. Money's definitely coming in on the Jays. A 16, 18 cent line move. Maybe I'll hold off at that point. Red Girls on Tampa Bay, first 5 and under full game. Mr. Gokster's on no score in the first in Tampa. Trevor Andrews joining us. Great. I love having Trevor Andrews. Says, expecting the world to be on Oakland is a lone day game. Last time A's shut out and blew out Angels Ejac pitched the rubber match. Oakland lost. Reef, New York City, out of respect for Jimmy, I'm off the Oakland game today. Oh, no. That means everybody's believing in the Angels here.
Everybody's believing in the Angels. Yeah, I mean, I was thinking, like, Edwin Jackson, is he another, again, should he be having a first 5-inning team total over of just 2? I guess we want to see who's in the lineup for the Angels, but seems to me like the Angels' first 5 team total over at 2 is at least worth a shot.
Barca man saying that Chelsea left Hazard in London will rotate most of the team.
So he's saying don't bet on Chelsea.
Saying,
use caution. Yeah.
Trenton Clacton says Oakland run line today, free money.
It definitely seems like Marseille might be the best bet, might be the better bet
Melee
here.
Payless Way said should see goals in Marseille. I'm going to hold off making these Rays plays. I just think going against Nostra and Kobe is bad business.
Okay, and I'm sorry, I was listening because I tried to. The line changed as soon as I tried to bet it. Maybe someone is onto me here. What do they like? They like the Rays here.
They do. No, sorry. No, Nostra and Kobe like the Jays here. There's been about an 15 to 20 cent move in the Jays' favor, and but a bunch of other guys are on the Rays, including Ski Profit, including Red Girl. Wow, and Sosana saying 77% of the bets are on the Oakland money line. Ralph Porwando on Oakland under 9. And Bruce Shad joining us says Leche. God, I haven't been able to say that in a long time. Okay, let's hammer this Oakland A's game while everyone's talking about it right now. You're right. Should he be a 2? And that's what it all comes down to. Should Edwin Jackson be a 2? Game time 1073 Fahrenheit. Wind blowing out softly at first, but it gets stronger as the game goes on. Oakland's won 11 and tied 2 home series since getting swept by Houston in June. Shoemaker looked pretty good so far. 2-1, 3.98 ERA, 1.18 WHIP. I've always been a believer in this guy. In his career, 6-2, 3.61 ERA against Oakland. So far this year, lefties are 6 for 34 against them. Righties are just hitting 280, or righties are hitting 286 off him. Jackson shut out the Angels for 7 1/3 in August. He's had their number. 3.39 ERA in his career. He loves pitching against them. Lefties 205 off him. Righties 236. Both OPSs right around 680. Angels are hitting righties very hard. A's are hitting righties hard, and I say Angels are hitting righties very hard just because they're hitting lefties so terribly. It always has surprised me how hard they're hitting them. They're actually hitting them at the exact same numbers as the A's, but we don't consider the A's hitting righties hard. We just think the A's hit for everybody. Anthony L says Athletics money line. Elio Rodriguez first 5 under also in Oakland.
All right, I took Marseille. I took half of it on the money line, half at -1 as a dog, and I also took a shot with the over 2.5 goals in the Marseille game. Thanks everyone. Mr. Gokster also liking Marseille. I'm going to hold off on Chelsea. I'm going to think about that, but I definitely tailed the Marseille play.
Do you have an angle on Angels Athletic?
Do I?
Yeah.
Angels. Okay, I'm back in business. I'm back paying attention now to MLB. Yes, I was thinking that the Angels first 5 team total over 2 had to be a no-brainer play here. Edwin Jackson just not reliable enough. I don't think if it was 2.5, I'd hold off. But at 2, at just -110, seems like a no-brainer play.
I love the way Edwin's looked this year. Shockingly. And it's an innings issue, I always think, with him. He's throwing 82 1/3 in the majors. And he had to throw hard in the minors to even get this opportunity, though. Don't get me wrong. Lamont Williams says Kobe Valentine, Blue Jays money line, LA money line, right? So Lamont Williams and Kobe both liking the Angels and the Jays. Kobe Valentine has a final score of LA 5, A's 3. Nostro says Angels reverse run line is what I'll probably be on. Profit regardless of the result. Interesting. Kingu says Jackson gets hit today. Flipper says thanks. I just jumped on the Jays. Man, this is a tough spot. I don't know if I'm going to make a move on this.
Okay.
Game.
All right. So
did you take the team total over?
I bet it a little. I did bet it. I didn't give it as an official pick, and I'm gonna wait a little bit on this one. The MLB card was small. There were only 6 games on the overnight lines, and not a lot that I was really liking. I did make the decision I was going to take the Cleveland team total over, even at 3. And the other game that has me interested is Cincinnati against Miami. This guy Reed is coming off quite an impressive start. Cincinnati has obviously been stalled out offensively, but I think the same change of scenery might do them a little bit of good. Brigham obviously has been been susceptible here. I was thinking about Cincinnati first 5 team total over, but more so Miami first 5 team total under, and Cincinnati on the first 5 innings money line, betting basically on another decent start from Reed. His last start was quite eye-opening. The question is he going to be resting on his laurels and come out here and have a dud, or is he going to be able to repeat what he did? But the Miami lineup, again, nothing particularly to be afraid of, right? The Miami lineup in general.
No, but they're actually hitting pretty, above average.
Some stuff that they've got going on.
Is Cody Reed going to have another nice start? He said, Barnhart sat him down and told him all about, how he's been seeing the improvement. He saw the improvement in the last start. And Cody said, enough of this talk. I want to show it. I need to prove it to you. I know I can prove it to you. I don't want to have these talks every day. But he didn't. It wasn't a real negative thing. It was just like, listen, I want to show it. I want to do it on the mound. So is Cody Reed going to finally turn it around? In AAA, he looked good. Good enough. Yeah. 105 Ks and 105 and 2/3 in Louisville. 3.92 ERA. 1 point. God, I'd like to go back to Louisville as soon as possible.
Louisville, Kentucky?
Yeah.
You've been there?
Oh, of course. I hit the horseback there all the time.
Oh, that's right. Of course.
I just wish I could.
Yeah, I mean, Reed definitely he did turn around his last start. The question is he going to be able to string a couple of starts like that in a row together? I think maybe. His last start was very impressive. Strikeouts, grounders, everything was there.
Yeah, 10 strikeouts in 5 scoreless innings against a Cub team that had smashed him. His fastball reached 96 miles an hour. He had a slider going. He had a changeup going. He struck out Chris Bryant 3 times. Now, Chris Bryant was just off the DL, so maybe we should take that with a grain of salt. All
right, I might be being a little bit risky here because Cincinnati has not been hitting, and this guy Brigham might be in for a good start as well. But I'm going to take Cincinnati first half at -131 on the money line, and I also will take a shot with the Miami first 5 innings team total under, which will be, let me see, that's going to be a little bit steep. I mean, it's going to be 2 minus 130. I'm going to check what Heritage has.
Sasana says, Sasana again, who's just destroyed MLB, especially in that covers contest, says, I've mentioned this stat all season. Curious if it finally snaps tonight. Miami 0-15 against the money line when playing on Thursday this.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that's an interesting stat. It's certainly it could be due to variance, but if it is, that's a hell of a lot of variance right there on that stat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's a hell of a lot of coin flips in a row coming up tails. I'm going to take a shot here with Miami first 5 team total under 2 -120. First 5 innings under 2 -120, and I'm also going to take a shot with Cincinnati first half -131. I'm basically just betting here that maybe the Reds bats wake up a little bit with a change of scenery, and that Reed has another nice start.
Well, what do we think we're going to get from Brigham? Also, Carlos Alberto Gonzalez Acuna comes in and says Oakland free money and the over. So, and Jared Trader saying Oakland money line. Natalie Alvarez saying Oakland. And shout out to Natalie's wifey locks for that under yesterday.
Unreal. Did the other one hit as well?
The other one did not.
Wait, which one?
I believe it was Cubs Arizona and lost it late, right?
No. It was the play that I was thinking about.
That one hit. Yeah, the Royals Pirates hit.
No, it was that one. The one that was going against Mr. Goxer hit. It was the other one. It was the one with Anderson in the Oakland game. Did that under hit? I don't remember.
10-0 Oakland.
Yeah, that's right. So it was 1-1. So it's split. But yeah, that Pittsburgh game made me nervous. I did say it, Jim. No, I didn't give the under as an official pick, but it definitely made me nervous when you and Mr. Goxer were on the over on that one.
And in that first inning, 2 guys thrown out at the plate. I was like, oh, this is just gonna fuck me. Brigham 0-2, 7.36 ERA, 1.91 WHIP through just 7 1/3. So let's not even talk about it. Prior to the season, Brigham had never pitched above Class A. So he throws 1 start at rookie ball. This guy's 26. Comes into Double A Jacksonville. Goes 4-1, 1.18 ERA. And then Triple A New Orleans 5-2, 3.44 ERA. So through all rookie ball, Double A, Triple A, 2.36 ERA, 1.09 WHIP. Looks good. Now he made his major league debut September 2nd when the Jays came to Miami. He allowed 4 hits, 3 runs, 3 innings. Said he was very uncomfortable. Said he's going to be better. Believes that he can be better. And then his recent start against the Mets, 3 runs, 5 hits, 1 walk, 4 1/3. I don't know if this guy has it. I think your first 5 is nice. Nice.
Yeah. I'm definitely taking it, and I'm also thinking about taking the second half over in this White Sox-Cleveland game as well, which I think is just, let me see, where is that one? That's just, now it's up to 4. Damn, see, I did bet that one when it was at 3.5. Shit, now it's up to 4.
Kyle Schaefer coming in saying best bet of the day for me, Atlanta over Philly. Let's talk about that game next. Okay. Pure fade on Velasquez, almost 10 ERA in September. Atlanta's playing for everything at this point. Okay, and DT Doug's liking Temple here. Yeah, I think now. Why are you hesitant to take them full game?
Which one?
The Red.
Well, just because I guess I'm not really. It's just mostly that I want to take a shot with Reed. But yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to taking Cincinnati full game at all. -1, definitely not. I just don't necessarily want to triple up on it. And
if you're already on that team,
yeah, if I'm not going to triple up on it,
I am going to double up on it.
Okay.
I will take the Reds first 5, and I will take
Reds first 5 money line -131. Okay,
yes, and then I will take them full game.
Okay, on what money line?
No, on the money on the -1.
Okay, Cincinnati -1. We'll do some line chopping here for Jimmy the Bag. Cincinnati -1. That's going to be minus the best line at the Greek -127. Line chopping here at SBRodds.com. Best line at the Greek -127. And for the run line will be +125 at Pinnacle. So that's almost even money. -127 and +125. That's going to be Jimmy the Bag doubling up on Cincinnati. And I am also. I'm just sticking to the first 5 and the Miami first 5 team total under 2 -120. I also have Cleveland first 5 team total over 3 -110. And if the Cleveland second half, which I bet earlier this morning was 3.5, I would give that one at 4. I have to think about it. And let's.
I really want to talk about this Yankees Red Sox game, but we've been led nicely into this Phillies Braves game with the pretty sharp comment from Schaefer saying that he does not like Velasquez in this spot, and that Atlanta has everything to play for. Curious to hear what you have to say about this. Let me break it down quickly. Game time temp 87 Fahrenheit, wind blowing in softly. Phillies are 6-11 in September. Braves are 10-8 this month, but remember that's a 6-game winning streak included in that, so they haven't looked that good. Braves magic number to win the NL East down to 6. They can clinch before they leave here. Before they leave on Sunday. Braves have won 7 of 12 against the Phillies this season. Velasquez has not looked good of late. Lasted only 2 innings in his most recent start against Miami. 7.52 ERA in his last 7 starts. Lefties smash him. 275, 861 OPS. Righties have a tough time with them. 204, 597 OPS. Gossman is sort of coming back to earth a little bit. Has not looked quite as strong. Since when he first got there, when he started, throwing out of the stretch, even when runners were on base, that seemed to really help him. Both lefties 251, 727 OPS off him. Righties have had Gossman's number all year, and Braves. Both the Braves and Phillies don't hit great. Don't have a ton of power against righties. I'm curious to hear what you have to say about this.
Nostratota says the Marlins have some nice call-ups from New Orleans hitting well. Maybe I'm overestimating how well Reed is going to do here. That makes me nervous. Fish have some nice call-ups from New Orleans hitting well. Thank you, Nostratota. I'm going to check the lineup when they come out. When the lineups come out, I might alter my bets here a little bit. Let's see some other. Let me see.
Sorry, King's asking you to cap the Australian rules football final.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Richmond Tigers starts at 2:50 a.m. Friday. If you can get a chance to touch on that.
2:50 a.m. Friday. Okay, we will do that. That's for this evening then. That's for this evening. Okay, I will definitely look at that one.
Scotty Rock saying Eduardo Rodriguez will be better in the start versus the Yankees. Red Sox will clinch tonight. Let's hit that very quickly. You don't point or Ratina Factory saying NHL and the NHL. But let's quickly get through these games because we're almost done. We got a lot of other stuff to talk about. Do you have a play here? Do you feel like Velasquez is going to get touched? Do you like Gossman here?
Hold on one second. Go ahead. Yes, I am copying and pasting this. Okay. So, yes, normally I would be all over Atlanta here. I'm just concerned about Gossman. He is definitely looks like he's slumping a little bit over his last couple starts. The strikeouts are down. He's getting hit a little bit harder. So that makes me nervous, but everything about this situation makes me want to take shots with the Philly team total under and with Atlanta -1 here. Velasquez definitely is wearing down.
Yeah, no, I think that makes sense. I think the Braves are going to take care of business here. Rob Rogers saying Inciarte on fire. He's going with Atlanta all the way. Brooke Jordan's on the Braves. Anthony L says, nice to have Anthony L back. We haven't had enough of him. He says, Braves Phillies is a pass. I'm not backing Velasquez and not laying -150 with Gossman. Natalie Alvarez, Braves -1.5 best bet. Wonder if his wife is involved.
Yeah. Shout out to Natalie Alvarez's wife. Kobe Valentine says Yanks home plate umpire is 21-5 to the over. So that's interesting. The Yankees game did not have an overnight line, so I did not look at that one. Mr. Gogser says Gossman has been money at home. Yeah, it's just that he's been struggling a little bit, recently, and so it makes me a little bit nervous. Maybe Reef NYC likes the Braves. Maybe I'm just overestimating the importance of his recent struggles.
Yeah, I think the Braves take care of business here.
I do think so too.
I'll take the Braves on the -1.
You want it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I would definitely do that over the money line. All right, Jim. If you're going to do, I mean, Velasquez is definitely wearing down. All right, if you're going to do it, I'll do it too. We're both going to take Atlanta -1, and that line will be close to even money. The money line part here, line shopping at SBRodds.com -146. And the run line part will be +142 at Pinnacle. So that's almost exactly even money again, -146 / +142. Jimmy and I will both take that one. And I'm also, I'm tempted to take a shot with the Philly team total under. I'm just not exactly sure what condition Gossman is likely to be in here. I think he probably has a very, very nice start,
Yeah. Nostradamus says huge series. If Phillies sweep, they're back in the race. They are, because this is a 4-game series, and then they have final 3 games of the season against each other.
Does anyone have any thoughts on Gossman? He's struggled a little bit recently. Before that, though, he was very, very consistent, and I was betting on good starts from him relatively.
Gokster's with where your lean is first 5 team total under.
He likes Gossman. He likes Gossman. He thinks Gossman's going to be okay. Yeah. I mean, it's just, his last 2 starts.
Can't wait to the Dodgers smash.
Gosh, his last 2 starts. I'm just wondering if he's tiring down a little bit. He looks like he should be okay. All right, I'll take a shot that he will be okay, and I will take a shot with the Philly first half team total under 2 -115. I am on that one as well. Philly first half team total under 2 -115. I'll take a shot with that one. Philly first half team total under 2 -115, and I would also be leaning Philly on the full game team total under as well, which should be where are we? 4 -117. Leaning that way as well.
Yeah, I get it. Scotty Rock says yes, Jimmy, love the Braves as well. Okay, and Kobe says Gossman should be fine. Never a smart move betting Philadelphia away. Rostradamus says Braves do have a bit of a travel advantage here. Mr. Gokster says trust Gossman.
Yeah.
And he says, but my head-to-heads versus Pete have been poor lately. Glad you're with me.
Yes, I'm on that one. I was, sorry about yesterday, Mr. Gokster. But I have to be honest here. You know what I'm saying? Even when it's painful to say. And I just did not like the over in that Pittsburgh game
Jared
yesterday.
Schrader loves the Braves. Jin Rummy says Philly should be a small favorite here. With batting
Really?
Right-handed, better than the Braves. Let me get to that.
And I believe Jin Rummy has a model. This is not some guy just pulling comments like that out of his ass.
No.
Jin Rummy has a model.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so he likes the Phillies. There you go. Quoting.
But he says that here better versus right-handed. Phillies should be small favorite, better than right-handed. The Phillies hit 239 with a 728 OPS versus righties. Braves hit 254 with a 734 OPS.
Yeah, I mean the Braves have been better versus lefties this year. I know that.
No, but this is against righties.
Right. So but I'm just thinking that this might be a partial fade of the current form of Velasquez. That he definitely looks like he's wearing down.
Sasana says Phillies +135 or nothing.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to take a shot. Tom Reno says Gossman was good in Baltimore until people saw him, but he struggled his last couple, even against teams like Arizona that aren't hitting.
Okay, let's keep rolling. Troy V says, love the show, fellas. Been tuning in a lot lately. We'll definitely try to listen every day, work permitting. Thank you so much, Troy.
And Nostratoda says, way too much chalk. Lineup should be stacked on both sides. Philly, definitely the value play.
I don't like hearing this. I want to talk about this Red Sox Yankees game. We have a lot of other stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
And Elo Rodriguez says, I kind of agree with Philly in the over. Coco Bongo says Braves are 1-6 in the last 7 home games versus a right-handed starter.
This is just a for me mostly a fade of Velasquez, and then an educated guess that Gossman is basically okay, and that the last 2 starts were fluky blips. But Tom Reno says that might not be the case. That there might be something fundamentally wrong with Gossman right now. We'll see. Go ahead, Jim.
Okay, let's talk about this Yankees Red Sox spot. Reef NYC getting us started by saying Betts and Bogarts are cold. Add in Benintendi as well. 2 for 15. Bogarts 2 for 14. Betts 1 for 12. These are a very, very big, important bat. And hearing how cold they were, I was going to lean towards the big bad Yanks here to get this sweep, but Scotty Rocks already said Eduardo Rodriguez is going to have a better start. He's 1-1 with a 4.20 ERA since returning from a sprained right ankle. We've seen pitchers take with groin injuries, ankle injuries, come back and look quite good, getting the rest from their whatever fatigue they were facing. He is 9-4 with a 2.89 ERA in his last 16. He has a 3.53 ERA because he had that terrible start, and he was hurt then. In 11 career starts against the Yankees, 3.16 ERA, but this year 4.09 in 2 starts. Lefties 216, 652 off him. Righties hitting 243 to 672 OPS off of him. And then Tanaka is lights out right now. Won his last 3 starts, 20 inning scoreless streak, allowed 2 earned runs or fewer in 9 of his last 11 starts. Will be starting the wild card game if that is the matchup, which we see. Looks like that's pretty clear to happen. Tanaka 8-4, 4.08 ERA in 17 career starts, but he's been touched by the Red Sox. Red Sox smash righties, Yankees smash lefties.
All right, this game didn't have an overnight line, so I have no opinion on this one as of right now.
Bitch slap that bookie. Boom. Says, long time watching you guys. Love this show. I'm loving the team total Bronx Bombers tonight. Rafe NYC says Yankees roll. Carlos Alberto Gonzalez Acuna says, I love this show. Over the pants butt stuff, giving me some very interesting information to stay refreshed.
Okay.
Nostra says the Red Sox will be a great fade in the division series, whether it's the Skanks, A's, or Rays. Yes.
Scotty Rock Forever says Eduardo Rodriguez will be better in this start against the Yankees. Red Sox will clinch tonight. Write it down. Okay, there you go. I'm going to write that one down. I'm going to copy and paste that one. Scotty Rock Forever. A write it down request. Liking the Red Sox here.
Tomor said the Yankees are built for the postseason better than the Red Sox with the bullpen. Kyle Schaefer, I like New York, Boston under here. 2 under machines on the hill. Rodriguez 28-2 on unders and on the road and 9-2 on unders against New York City. Interesting. And then Schaefer Brooke Jordan liking the Velasquez fade. Anthony L says Red Sox at the underdog price is pretty tempting. I get it. So what is the full game total on the Red Sox?
I don't know, but we got to move on, Jim. We have college football and NFL, and we're already at 12:53 Eastern time.
Okay, it's 8.5.
So
okay, I'm not going to make a move at this point, but I can understand all the takes. And then that final spot we haven't talked about. We don't really need to at least go in depth at all with it. It's that the Royals, Tigers, 2 bum teams. Lopez obviously has looked pretty nice. They got him in the Moustakas trade. Boyd's pitching lights out right now. Did you have any move on this Royals Tigers?
No, I had a lean to the under, but I'm not going to take it as of right now, and it's going to be a pass for me as of right now. Lean to the under, lean to second half under, but that's it for now.
Teddy B saying the first half under in the Temple game is low-hanging fruit. Okay, cool. I'm ready to move on.
All right, so let's move on. Once again, the official MLB plays, and Jim and I might be on the wrong side of some of these considering what some other people have had to say. Jimmy the Bag is on Cincinnati first half money line, Cincinnati -1 and Atlanta -1. I am on Cleveland first half team total over 3 to hit James Shields. I think that's okay. I'm also on Cincinnati first half -131 and the Miami first half team total under 2 -120. Nostratota has pointed out that the Marlins have brought up some youngsters from the minors who are hitting pretty well. So that might be, I might be on the wrong side there. I might just be making wrong plays here late in the MLB season. I've definitely been down a bit in MLB recently, but made up for it with tailing a lot of soccer picks that people have tipped in the comment section, as well as my own capping in NHL preseason, which has done very well for me. Saved my day yesterday. So I might be wrong here, but I am taking Cincinnati first 5 and Miami first half team total under 2 -120, hoping that Reed has another good start. And I'm also doing the same thing with Gossman. I'm taking Atlanta -1 and the Philly first half team total under 2 -115. I'm going to bet that Gossman has a bounce back start here, at least a solid enough one to give him 5 innings and 2 runs in the first 5 innings. We'll see how it turns out, and of course we'll review everything in the afternoon show. I also decided to tail Flipper 13 on the Grand Salami under at 71.5, and I am also tailing people saying to take Marseille, and I took them. I took half of it on the money line, half of it on the -1 line, and I also took a shot with the over 2.5 goals in that game at about -145. All right, so let's move on to NFL. Cleveland against the Jets. Nasty Nate's boss has already labeled Cleveland at -3 as low-hanging fruit. He's got $1,000 on it. To me, that's a lot of money. To some people, it's not. To me, that's a shit ton of money. $1,000 on Cleveland is what he likes. It is headed a little bit in Cleveland's favor, and the total, after having initially gotten bet down, has now gotten bet significantly up to 40.5 or 41. Kobe Valentine has a bunch of prop plays that he likes for this game that we will repeat. Jimmy the Bag, give a quick analysis of what you think might be a good bet here, and then we will read off Kobe Valentine's prop plays. 11-1 so far in the NFL in NFL props. Kobe Valentine.
First off, I just don't. I think the Browns should take care of business. I like their defense. I love Denzel Ward back there. Myles Garrett, in no time at all, maybe by the start of next year, halfway through next year, he'll be a top 5 defensive player in the whole NFL. there's so many pieces to the Browns team that I like. I think Landry's a legit number one. I love Hyde, Johnson, and Chubb behind a good offensive line. But why they do whatever it takes to lose over and over and over and over and over again. So we know the Sharps were all over them last year, and you look at this lineup. You go through these two teams. I mean, you look at the Jets team. Robbie Anderson at number one, number one wide receiver. I mean, I think that Darnold is going to be the real deal, but he just has no help offensively. And we know that both teams' defenses are their strong suit. So let's say that, Jamal Adams is incredible, and even the personnel that the Jets have lost, they're still really good. But if you're looking at these two teams on paper, the Browns should win this game. But can you trust them, or do you want to put your money on the line or your record on the line?
Yeah, I mean, my sense is that the Browns should win this game, and probably if it was just even money on both sides for the money line, I would take a shot with the Browns. But getting that many points, I mean, yeah, Darnold is young, but he's also got huge upside. You know what I mean?
And we're talking so there's a huge advantage, not a huge advantage, but there's an advantage there right now with Darnold over Tyrod.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, Taylor, though, is a very experienced game manager. You know what I mean? At home with a good game plan. He looks like he's doing very well right now, though. I kind of like what we're getting from Taylor right now. Yes, long term, the upside with Darnold is higher than Taylor long term.
I don't like
obviously.
what we're seeing from Tyrod.
No, you don't think? Tell me why. Tell me why.
Well, I was on what's it called? Touchdown TV or whatever it's called, Red Zone for week one. So I wasn't really focused on what was happening in that Steelers-Browns game as much as I would have liked to. And at first, I thought that, even though Trug went 15 for 40, he did rush for 77 yards. I was like, well, there were some good things happening. When I went back, and after also, really it was Donnie who kind of lit it up. And then when I went back and looked at that game further, he was terrible.
Taylor.
Yeah, he was terrible in that game.
Okay.
And I was completely wrong on just kind of looking at the 77 rush yards, looking at them, tying Pittsburgh, and not really focusing on what he was actually doing.
But he's also just a veteran game manager. You know what I mean? And those guys are not going to be terrible week to week.
Listen, I like him.
Yeah.
I thought it was, when he took the pay cut and stayed at Buffalo, they still wanted just to get rid of him. I don't. Yeah, if in one game would I take Tyrod over Darnold? No, not even here, not even in Darnold's third game of his career.
Okay, so Jimmy the Bag, what do you think? The player props that Kobe Valentine has identified here. He likes Darnold under 235.5 passing yards, Crowell over 48.5 rushing yards, Hyde under 57.5 rushing yards, longest pass under 46.5 yards, and longest rush under 24.5 yards. And my one lean is first half under 19.5 points. But Kobe Valentine's two favorite props are longest pass under 46.5 yards and longest rush under 24.5 yards. Those might be two very, very, very nice plays there, Jim. Yeah, my only concern is that there are a lot of injuries at cornerback for the Browns, right? 4 starters, including both cornerbacks, are questionable for the Jets game.
Yes. Yeah, I don't know. I don't believe they're all going to be out of the lineup. I guess I'll have to do a double check on that. Obviously, if they're all out of the lineup, we have a problem. You know what? I'm not gonna make a play on this yet.
Okay.
But I will. I'll deep dive further on this game. I do have another nice call with a couple guys breaking down this whole card further. So we'll hammer this game. But I will make sure that I have all the injuries as straight as possible. Get on their Twitter and figure it out.
Wow. And DJ Big Boss says under 46 is low hanging fruit. He's talking about longest pass under 46.5 yards.
Yeah,
we do have two kind of underrated defenses here. I'm just concerned about the injuries at cornerback for Cleveland.
I think these are straight up good defense.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Like actually really.
Yeah, sure,
There's
definitely.
no doubt that the Jets have a really good defense.
Yeah.
And the Browns defense is totally underrated and getting better by the minute with studs like Garrett and Ward.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm going to take more time. Joe Yurkovich says every game Darnold plays, he learns. There's some really great stuff here. King Who says Arnold will take a risk Taylor won't. So if the Browns get the lead, expect them to keep running. Taylor needs to take chances down the field if they're behind. I'm going to take more time.
Okay. Scotty Rock Forever liking the Browns -3. Tom Marino says, I think the Browns not having a reliable kicker is big for this game. Special teams could be the difference. And Kingu AB about business saying Taylor's gun shy because Baker's behind him, so he doesn't want to take chances, but I think he should. The Browns get pressure and make Darnold throw at least 2 picks. Tom Marino Tomor also saying that Darnold threw 40 times last game. Jets don't want that. They want to run and let Darnold manage the game. I think the Jets run a lot and slow the game down. Interesting, except that the market disagrees with that as a likely game plan because the total has definitely gotten bet significantly up
and
since
Natalie
yesterday.
Alvarez says the Jets team total over is low hanging. I agree. I see a low scoring game. I'm shocked at the market move.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. Natalie Alvarez liking Jets team total over 17.5. I mean, if you gave me a free play on this game right now at the current lines, obviously I would put it on the Jets at +3. You know, any kind of a Browns win of 2 points or 1 point, which could easily happen here, you're cashing anyway. Obviously, the Jets could easily win this one if Darnold comes up and has an explosive game. If there are, it turns out, a lot of injuries on defense for the Browns. That could make a difference, of course, if the Browns have special teams problems. That could make a difference. So, you know, I haven't made a bet on this one. I'm probably not going to make a pick on it. If you gave me a free play on it right now, I would have to take the Jets at +3. But I'm thinking that this longest pass, under 46 or 46.5 yards, tipped off by Kobe Valentine and strongly endorsed by DJ Big Boss, might be a nice play, and I might definitely tail that one. I might definitely tail that one, Jim.
Yeah, Tom was saying we saw in the Eagles game the late line movement in primetime games often means nothing.
Yes.
I find, speaking of the Eagles, I find them more and more appealing as every day passes. I won't focus on this.
All right, and now let's move on to college football. Of course, we will review NFL again in the 6 o'clock show. College football, the Tulsa game, I just did not have a chance to get into, Jimmy the Bag. The Tulsa game, I did not have a chance to look at. A lot of people are saying that the under might be a good play. The first half under might be a good play. I think Teddy B said that the first half under might be a good play. Did you look into this game at all, Jim?
Not enough.
Okay.
When does it pop off?
You know, it's an evening game, so we'll be covering this extensively in the evening show.
Yeah, I'll focus on that for the late show right now. I have not done enough, but when Teddy B thinks that the first half under it might be low hanging, and we've seen this total drop, it does seem like that would be an easy play to jump on. But I'll take the time.
Okay, so
and Yayas, excuse me. Yayas says, write this down, Mr. Peter, Mr. Jimmy's West Virginia -16. Thank me later or now. I'll do both. I'll do both. I'll thank you now. Thank you, Yayas. And I'll look into that game.
Okay, and Jesse the Shark says, Loshak on Jets +3. I'm definitely taking Browns now. Ha ha. Jesse the Shark, I am not in any way, shape, or form on the Jets. I'm just saying if you gave me a free play right now and I had to put it on one or the other, I would put it on the Jets at +3. But I definitely am not on that. I definitely did not bet it, and I'm almost definitely not going to be betting this game from the spread perspective, although I might definitely tail this under 46 longest pass. That's the play I'm closest to making. Jesse the Shark, don't take the Browns because I am not on the Jets. Just if you gave me a free pick right now, a free play, and I had to put it on this game, that's what I would put it on. But don't take the Browns because I am not on the Jets, Jesse the Shark. Okay.
Yeah, I agree. I'm so excited about this game. So excited about watching it. DJ 100 grand coming in with Jets. But I find it very tricky. I find it extremely tricky, and I'm just going to study it more. I think you're right. I think that we have to figure out, as I talk about how great this Browns defense is, we have to figure out if their quarterback's up.
Yeah. All right. So that's it for today's show. We will be back at 12 o'clock Eastern time. The things that I just want to remind everyone about, again, Kobe Valentine and DJ Big Boss liking longest pass under 46 yards as a good bet. Nova Sports Network gave us Marseille, and a bunch of other people, including Mr. Ghoster, like that one. I definitely tailed that one. Kyle Jack, look at this. He says, I'm going to have Mac plays for tomorrow, but I am liking Ohio with you, Pete. On the points, I have come around. So I did give Ohio early, and Kyle Jack said a while back, I copied and pasted it. Mac plays tomorrow. I'm liking Ohio with you, Pete. On the points, I've come around. Also, Nasty Nate's boss considers the Browns to be low-hanging fruit for $1,000. Nasty Nate's boss considers the Browns -3 to be low-hanging fruit. I am going to be capping Australian rules football finals tonight as a request from King Rail, a specific request. Scotty Rock Forever says the Red Sox will clinch tonight, and he wants us all to write it down. And Kobe Valentine again tells us that the home plate umpire in the Yankees game is 21-5 to the over. Just some things to remember, just some things to keep in mind. Anything else? Any final words, Jim, before we wrap this up?
One final word. Yes, the second episode of King's Court will be released as soon as this show's over. Check it out. I love the first episode. I love what these guys are doing. Great to have NBA experts that are low baggers.
Hell yeah. Unreal. Unreal.
I'm really proud of everything that these guys are doing. So, second episode of King's Court released right now.
All right. We'll be back at 6 o'clock Eastern time.